fighter's favorite. Black belts paced the mat, laughing, flexing, talking trash like brothers in a tight-knit pack. Among them stood Marcus, a rising star in the gym, 25, quick on his feet, proud, confident, and just recently awarded his black belt. He was known for his strength, but even more for his ego. That's when she walked in, Amira. Slim-built, mid-30s, in a plain gray hoodie and worn sneakers. Her hair was tucked into a low bun, and her gaze was calm, even warm, as she quietly signed the waiver at the front desk. No one noticed her at first, until she stepped barefoot onto the mat. Conversations paused. Some snickered. "You here for yoga, ma'am?" someone called. "This is the advanced class." She just smiled. "I'd like to spar, if that's all right." Marcus, stretching nearby, cracked his knuckles and offered a lopsided grin. "Sure," he said. "I'll go easy." The guys chuckled. They always enjoyed a good show, especially when a newcomer didn't look the part. The instructor raised an eyebrow at her but nodded. "It's your choice." Amira bowed and stepped into the ring. No bravado. No noise. Just poise. Marcus winked and took his stance, bouncing on the balls of his feet. The bell rang. What happened next felt like slow motion. Marcus lunged, light and fast, but Amira wasn't there. She'd shifted. One breath, one step, and with effortless precision, her elbow tapped his shoulder and spun him off balance. He caught himself, chuckled, and came again, stronger. She didn't block. She redirected. Moved like water. Before he could adjust, she had swept his leg gently but decisively. He hit the mat, hard. The gym went still. Marcus stood up, stunned. No one laughed this time. His smile was gone. He nodded respectfully, serious now. They sparred again, this time a real match. He pushed, attacked, twisted, kicked. But Amira didn't fight back in aggression. She flowed, countered, deflected. It was like watching someone paint with motion. She wasn't trying to defeat him. She was teaching him. When the final bell rang, Marcus stood breathless. Amira hadn't even broken a sweat. The instructor stepped forward, visibly impressed. "Where did you train?" he asked. "Senegal." "Then Japan," she replied softly. "I've practiced for 20 years. Took a break for a while. Today's my first day back." Marcus removed his gloves and bowed deeply, more humble than anyone had ever seen him. "Why come here?" he asked. She looked over to the edge of the room where a young girl sat, no older than 9, watching with wide, gleaming eyes. "My daughter's been afraid to go to school," Amira said. "She was being bullied. She told me, 'Mom, I wish I could be strong like you.' So I figured I'd remind her, and myself." No one spoke. The men who had scoffed at her minutes ago now stood in quiet reverence. Later that day, Amira sat on the bench lacing her daughter's tiny white belt. "Can I be like you someday?" the girl whispered. Amira smiled. "You already are." Over the next few weeks, Amira wasn't just a sparring partner, she became a mentor. Other women joined the gym. The energy shifted. The bravado softened. Marcus, once the loudest in the room, started staying after class to help beginners. He often said, "I thought strength was about force, until Amira showed me it's about grace under fire." What started as a moment of surprise became a transformation for the entire gym. They didn't just become better fighters. They became better people. Because one woman walked in, was underestimated, and instead of crushing egos with pride, she broke them open with humility. Her strength wasn't just in her strikes, it was in her heart. And in that gym, once ruled by noise and swagger, silence became the new sound of respect. Amira taught them all, true power isn't loud. It listens. It moves with kindness. It lifts others up even as it stands its ground. And for one little girl in the corner, her mother wasn't just a fighter. She was her first hero.